Okay, quick review. Last time we talked about how God promised the land of Canaan to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and then he narrowed it down to the 12 sons of Jacob. But then one of those sons, Zelophehad, died without any sons. And so his daughters were like, "Hey, why don't we have an inheritance? We're just as good as boys, right?" And God was like, good point. So he told Moses to give them an inheritance. So in this episode, we're going to see how that went down. So let's get into the book of Numbers, chapter 27, and we'll start reading in verse 1. And the daughters of Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, whose name was Mahlah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. They came near, and they stood before Moses, and before Eleazar the priest, and before the leaders and the whole community at the door of the tent of meeting, saying, "Our father died here in the wilderness. He was not in the company of those who rebelled against the Lord, nor was he part of the Korah rebellion. Yet he died without sons. Yet you have commanded that the land should be divided by lot for an inheritance among the sons of Israel. Why then would you not give our inheritance, since we are the daughters of Zelophehad, as an inheritance among the sons of our father's house?" So these women were really brave to go and interrupt Moses in the middle of giving out all these laws. Like they're like, "Yo, Mo, we need to talk real quick." Now, Moses doesn't know what to do. He's like, "Oh God, what should I do? They got a point though. Their dad died without any sons, so they shouldn't be left out in the cold." So he brought the issue to God, and God was like, "You know what? You're right. That is a good point. I want everyone to have an inheritance. I don't want anyone to be left out, so give them an inheritance." Now, notice how God didn't say that this was a permanent solution. He only said to give them an inheritance. So there's a few lessons here. One is that God doesn't change his mind. When God made that promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he didn't make it clear that it would only apply to their literal sons. So when someone misinterprets the law and breaks God's law and then dies, God still keeps his word. The promise still stands. However, sometimes God will make exceptions and break the rules if it's for the greater good. And that's what happened here. God still kept his word. Zelophehad's daughters still received an inheritance. But this wasn't a precedent for every other daughter who didn't have a brother. So if you're a woman watching this and you're like, "Well, God promised me that my brother has to die first before I inherit," that's not what happened here. This was a one-off. God was just being nice. So let's keep on keeping on through the rest of the story.